This is Religious Reviews by Julian Lewis Carter. The movie is The Gallows. Special guest, Justice Carter. And yours truly, Slick Vick. Juju.
Yes, thank you. Now, we can look at it, the movie that we just saw, which is
The Gallows.
The Gallows. Now, from
Your initial thoughts first, like thoughts of the movie?
the initial thoughts was really good. It was anticlimactic, very well put storyline.
Why do you say anticlimactic?
I'm sorry, not anticlimactic. I would say the climax never stopped. Meaning, some movies have climax here, some is that. It always kept you wondering what really was going on, which I feel is a very good part of a good scary movie, because you never want the suspense to stop for too long and you lose interest.
Yeah.
Now, from the religious standpoint, as I often look at things, because every movie, everything we do in life has some, I wouldn't even say a religious thing to it from my non-Christian brothers and sisters who are watching this. Let's look at the spiritual aspect of it. What drove this woman to the point where she...
Oh, by the way, spoilers, everybody. Spoilers.
She mourned this man so bad to the point where she began to worship not only him, but she began to worship what happened to him. And that should be an example to all of us.
Nice fart, bro.
Pardon me. This should be an example to all of us to be very leery of what we put to high esteem, or in a sense of what do we put on a pedestal. In a situation like this movie, The Gallows, she mourned herself to actually worship this man's death, which led her to the brink of insanity, and based on what we said, to a possible degree of witchcraft. We're going through a series right now in Church of God Tens, and our pastor is speaking of what is worship. And one of the statements he made last Sunday actually rings true with this movie today. We can worship anything, not just God. We can worship money. We can worship friendships. We can worship jobs. We can worship achievement. We can worship possessions. But the scary thing about this kind of worship, love comes in many forms. Love comes in agape love, the love that we show between us and the Heavenly Father. Again, no offense for our Christian brothers and sisters. Love can also come in the intimate sense between friends, in the intimate sense between a woman and a man, or a man and a man, or a woman and a woman. But the danger about this kind of love, it's not love anymore. It's obsession. And the dangerous thing about obsession can come into the form of love. This woman does not love this man anymore. She is obsessed with him, which led her to the brink, again, of insanity. And now, obsession can harm other people. In a sense, it has now harmed her daughter. Her daughter is now mentally scarred for the rest of her life because of what her mother couldn't handle.
Because she carried it with her.
Exactly.
And pretty much brainwashed.
Yes, exactly.
This little girl.
Very true. Also, we look at the fact of Reese's dad. There's also a point to that too. In life, people depend on us. Had this man's father had been there 20 years prior, this man, Charlie, would still be alive today. What can we say about that in real life? Okay. What did Mary and Martha tell Jesus when Lazarus died? Had you had been here, my brother would not be dead. Now what is the connection between that? They were in a sense angry at Jesus because they believed on him and his power so much that they knew had he would have been there, Lazarus would have died. And Jesus, being moved by the sorrow of their sorrow, commanded Lazarus to come forth out of the grave. How can we apply that to our lives today? You never really know what the outcome will be if you're truly not there for the people that you say you care about the most. We are all dependent upon each other in some form or fashion. I am dependent on Victor. Victor is dependent on Justice. Justice is dependent on us. And together we are dependent on each other to make not only our household work, but our relationships work. Between them two, between us three, between me and Victor, between me and Justice. My daughter depends on me. So, again, let's just really take those lessons that we learned from such a good movie. Even though it was a scary movie, it was still based in fact. And the fact remains is, A, be careful what you put on a high esteem in your life. Because it could very well destroy your life and the others around you. Secondly, be dependable. There's nothing worse than someone that you cannot depend on. Again, failing to be dependable affects everyone else around you. In the sense of Charlie, because of someone not being dependable, he paid the ultimate price, which was his life. That is my commentary. Hope you all are moved by it. I love your reviews and comments. And as always, Jesus loves you. Be blessed and be highly favored.
Well, and besides, okay, the religious points and whatnot, your thoughts on the movie as a whole, how scary it was on a scale of 1 to 5 or 1 to 10, however you choose to rate it.
I'd give it a 10.
10.
I'd give it a straight up 10.
Terrifying the whole way through.
Yes. Movies, my favorite genre of movies, as far as scary movies, I'm a horror snob. I like scary movies that have plots to them. I don't like too much suspense, boom, in the beginning of the movie, because now you're focusing on the suspense. The point of a scary movie, which we've learned from the greats, Stephen King, Tim Burton, what we've learned from these people, it's the storyline behind the suspense is what makes the movie that much scarier. You find the backstory about the life, or the history, or the situation that has caused this horrible demise to happen.
Cool. Rock on. Is that your last thoughts? You good?
Yeah.
All right.
Good.
Babe? Nothing? No? Alright, well. My turn. I thought The Gallows was a great movie. Overall, extremely scary. The premise was good. It's relatable in a sense to the fact that, we all went to school. And I think, every generation of kids has their own ghost story. And this is kind of like the telling of Charlie, that's a big thing going on right now in the Divine World and other places, and in real life people are doing, Charlie with pencils and whatnot. And so, from what I could tell, the events were real, at least in the beginning. Someone did actually die in a production of The Gallows, so I've heard, and if I'm wrong, forgive me, but...
They didn't specify the actual high school, but it actually is based on a true event in '93 in a high school somewhere. It actually is true.
Yeah. And so, it makes the premise that much creepier. And then for it to, carry on the way that it is, it's kind of like normal kids and whatnot, living the normal school life and whatnot, jocks and dorks and geeks and stuff like that. And so, it's really relatable. So, on a sense, it kind of just gets you because you're like, hey, I've been there. I was the jock. I was the dorky kid.
Yep.
Be in the class or, whatever. And so, as the story progresses and moves forward, and you start seeing, these friends slowly but surely die, and you feel the fear that they're feeling because... we all have that, sense of, the dark, what's out there waiting for us, and, the unknown is very scary, and, so, great movie, good scares all the way around, good acting, I think, from all the children and the show, teenagers, just all around great movie, scary. Definitely go see it while it's in the theaters. It's a blast to have fun with the audience who's enjoying it with you. It's a great hand-holding flick. My friend Julian almost broke my wrist.
Sorry, man.
Yeah, it's cool. But yeah, terrifying movie. You know, I think everyone would relate to it in some way, and you know, just kind of, you know, as Julian was saying before, it teaches you, you know, don't put your love all in one place. You know, there's other love out there to be had. Don't obsess, and be there when you're supposed to be there. You know, because it could cost somebody for your negligence.
Exactly.
Just a friend, just a
Exactly.
human being. But yeah, good movie. I think we're good. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.